Another year is almost at the end. And normally, around this time, people start to count their achievements, one by one, if any. It's a kind of reflection back on the passing year where the goal is to collect each success and mark it as something that deserves to be remembered. And apparently, the more successes you collect, the happier you feel. And the opposite is also true. The fewer successes you get, the more pain builds on your heart, making you feel like a total failure, which is not true. But it's hard to believe that sometimes, right? But let's face it, these big or small achievements are not the whole story. Not even close. They are just the cherry on top, the top of the mountain, the finish line. And it's so unfortunate that we often tend to overlook the journey it took us to get there. All the struggles, the effort, and the growth. Simply because they don't shine as brightly as the final success. But we all know that behind every successful step, there are countless number of missteps and lessons that for some reason they don't have the same privilege of being celebrated. And that got me thinking, why so? Why do we separate achievements from lessons? Struggles from growth? Effort from success? As if they are not all part of the same story. Why do we celebrate the destination, but ignore so much the path that shaped us along the way? Is it because achievements are easier to see and measure, while struggles and lessons are often invisible to the world? Or because we've been taught to value results over the resilience it took us to that destination? I'm sure you will agree that the answer to all these questions is all of them. You see, we live in a world that puts a spotlight on the final product, the awards, the promotions, the milestones, while the effort, the setbacks, the quiet determination that made them possible often remain in the shadows. Of course, achievements are clear, tangible, and easy to applaud. But resilience, we can see it. It's harder to measure, and it doesn't come with trophies, certificates, or social media posts that you are so proud of. Yet, my friend, resilience is the very thing that keeps us moving forward. It's what allows us to get back up after every fall, to learn from every failure, and to keep going when all the odds are against us. I think without it, there will be no success to celebrate at all. That's why this year I decided to shift the focus and celebrate not just the destination or the so-called the cherry on top, but also the strength it took me to walk that path. This year, I want to celebrate and honor all the lessons that shaped me and all the struggles that made me stronger and all the effort that no one else saw. I'm telling you, I have plenty of this, and I'm sure you have them too. Who doesn't have setbacks or failures, right? Or maybe those who don't even try. So let's get a piece of paper and a pen, and let's start collecting each setback, each lesson, each failure, and all the other moments that brought us where we are today. Let's write them down, one by one, not as a list of the things that went wrong, but as a proof of our strength, growth, and determination. Because every time you got back up, you proved your courage. Every time you learned from a mistake, you showed your wisdom. And every time you pushed forward, even when the world wasn't watching, you built the kind of resilience that success alone can never teach. Think about it. How many times did you face something that felt impossible, only to realize later that it was shaping you in a better, stronger version of yourself? These are the moments I'm talking about, my friend. And even though they might not come with applause or recognitions, they're also worth celebrating just as much as the achievements they made possible. So, as you reflect on this past year, don't just count your wins. Count the times you showed up, the times you didn't quit, and the times you surprised yourself of how much you could handle. And remember, success isn't just about reaching the destination. It's about who you became along the way. Let's celebrate that too.